Be sure to watch this one to the end to find out what $83 a month gets you. I just talked to the sales reps, Ben and Bianca. I'm at Toll Brothers home in Ken Caryl Ranch, and I asked them why this community is the best, and they both said the $83 and what it gets you. So be sure to stay till the end to find out. So I am at a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom ranch home in Ken Caryl Ranch. If you don't know where that is, it's pretty much C470 and Ken Caryl would be your like major cross streets. Again, this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom ranch home. And if you do hear some construction in the background, they are still constructing homes in this new build community. As always with a new build, you gotta love the finishes. So this one is move-in ready right now for $900,000. As you can tell, everything has been thoughtfully curated. So one thing that I do truly appreciate that builders have caught on to is the cabinets on the back side of the island. A lot of people they didn't used to build like that, and to me it felt like wasted spaces for boxes. So now they're actually using it for storage. Quartz countertops, everything is very high end. KitchenAid, appliances. I think this is the last home available, he said. Right now, everything else is still being made. So if you are looking to move in, now would be the time. And of course, builders are offering incentives when they have inventory. So quick move-in available. I always love when they put a microwave in the cabinet versus on the countertop, save you counter space. And then they do have a gorgeous KitchenAid range and hood. Now this community also has a nice little playground. And it is a smaller community, so I think he said there were less than 230 homes. So a smaller community, very bright, tons of windows. And you got to have those windows because you're just right next to the hogback. So pretty. Now that is dining for 6, but you definitely could fit a dining table for 8 in this area. Or turn it into another seating area, whatever fits your needs. So they are doing groundbreaking construction behind us, but you probably will still have some of that view when it's over. Maybe not, but you'll definitely see it driving in and driving out every day. They did do a gas hookup on this patio. The lots are smaller, but again, this is downsizing, if you will, even though it's about 2,000 square feet. But technically it is downsizing where you are only living on one level. I love the expansive backdrop on that fireplace. It really shines, the tile. You could put a TV where that picture is. That's how they've set it up. You could easily put the TV on the other side where the wall art is, but that is a gas range. Of course, you've got the flooring that we all need in Colorado. for high traffic. Because right now it's muddy. And it is quite an overcast day here, so it's pretty natural light for even an overcast day in Colorado. I do love the color choices they picked. And if you get in now, there's plenty of homes that are still being, we call it groundbreaking. That means you could pick your own finishes. So if this wasn't your style and you were hoping for something else, you could get into the community and you'd probably be about 12 months out, but then you could pick your own. We're going to head off into the primary bedroom. So the primary is on its own side of this house, which is nice, separating it from those other rooms. But definitely fits a king size bed. Easy, with room for furniture. Again, I do think you're still going to have some of that view even after that home gets put in. But again, if you don't, driving in and out of communities like these, you see a lot of the mountains. So I love that about my part of town. Every time I go out east and I come back west, I get to watch the mountains the whole time. Nice sliding barn door into the primary bathroom. And the ceilings are very tall here. Vaulted ceilings to give it height. So they'd have a 5-piece primary bathroom. They match the kitchen feel, which I think kind of, some people like the continued finishes. Makes the home feel more planned, if you will. But there's definitely plenty of space to put pops of color or make it your own. Nice tub, standalone, and a shower with a bench, of course. Of course, of course. Tile all the way up to the ceiling, which makes it feel more grand. So this, you're right off, again, C470 and Ken Caryl. So you are close to just so many different choices for shopping, restaurants. You're obviously right next to the foothills, so your hiking access. I mean, you have trails galore within 10 minutes of this place. Easy access to everywhere since, again, you're right off of C470. The convenience of this neighborhood is nice. And because everything is so well maintained, you could kind of treat this like a lock it and a leave it. So we call lock it and leave it's when you'd be able to just lock the door and not really worry. This could definitely be one of those. While it is a larger home, you're just not going to have any real outdoor maintenance here. So it would be easy to travel while you enjoy a very large living area. So there is a basement, but you would never have to finish it if you didn't want to. That provides an additional almost 2,000 square feet. So this home is almost 4,000 square feet. But really, you wouldn't have to live in the basement at all if that was your choice. So you could just live on the upper level, which is plenty big if you're looking to downsize. You do have a coat closet option. It is close to the kitchen, so while you do have a pantry, if you were one of those people that likes extra pantry space, you could do that. So this is one of the extra bedrooms. Again, there are 4 on this main level. So you could easily turn one into an office and have 2 spare bedrooms if you wanted. Again, pro tip, if you ever see an outlet that's upside down, that means that that outlet is connected to the light fixture. So the light switch. So if you put a lamp in the room, that's where you do it. This does look like it has electricity for ceiling fans or additional overhead lighting. Now this is access to the garage as well as a half bath, which is nice to have. And then your washer dryer on the main level with a sink. It's a really nice tub sink to have in here. And you do have a ton of space in here. This is actually a very nice sized laundry room. So you could put additional shelving in, more cabinets. I'm actually gonna go on the other side so you can get a feel for how big this really is. But easy place to put dog food, leashes, more cabinets, storage. Lots of space. It's a really nice model. Toll Brothers does a great job. And then 2-car garage with stairs down. I've seen people put ramps in. So if you could not do stairs and you wanted true 1-level living, you could put a ramp in. And then a great feature is having this extra space. So I've had people put in, their camping gear or whatever else, their gym equipment. It's almost a 3-car tandem because of it's so big, but it's legally a 2-car, I believe. But nice dry walled and finished garage with my Echo. Okay, so back on the main level. Excuse that. Back to the foyer. It's where the additional 2 bedrooms and bathroom is on the main level. So we have the front bedroom, which we see a lot of people turn this into the study. People like that. Their study off the front. One thing that sometimes gets missed in new builds when people are looking to buy is you have to think about window coverings. None of them have window coverings, so it is definitely an expense, and it's an expense that you're going to want to rectify quickly unless you want all your neighbors to see everything you do. This is that 3rd bedroom on the main level. I'm sorry, 3rd bathroom on the main level with a walk-in shower. Again, I really appreciate that they did tile all the way up to their vaulted ceilings. 4th bedroom. So major expenses that you need to think about when you buy a new build are, again, window coverings, but also landscaping. Most builders do not put in landscaping. Sometimes they'll put in the front, but most will not do the back. So it is something. And they usually have a time frame on when they want you after move-in to have landscaping. So every builder is different, but just something to think about and be aware of. So main level living. Ken Caryl Ranch. And then I will take you to the basement, which again, you do not need to finish. There's plenty of space in this home to live on the main level. But if you wanted the option, I'll take you down. Now, this community, you know what? I think the last time we got a quote to finish a basement, and I think the square footage was roughly around 1,500 square feet. It was about 30,000. So something to think about. This is a huge basement because it's essentially the full footprint of the upstairs. So they did do egress windows throughout, which if you want legal bedrooms in the basement, you have to have egress windows, heat, and a closet. So they already have nice size egress windows. And this basement's really bright. So I will say that I think that the egress windows also provide a lot of light, and these ceilings are going to be pretty tall. But another thing to think about, if you do not need the additional space in the basement, most basement square footage, or it's not counted the same as above ground square footage to appraisers. So if you are not going to finish the basement and you're worried about value and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to go sell it, I should probably finish this basement for more money. Most of the time it's not worth the money if you're not going to use it yourself. A lot of appraisers will say that an unfinished basement is about the same value as a finished because half the buyers like it finished and half them don't. So if it's not for you, don't do it for somebody else for cost. That is your sump pit. Huge. So if you are looking for main level living, oh my gosh, I got to tell you. So the HOA is $83 a month. Why Ben and Bianca think that that's the best part of this community? Just so you know, this is plumbing for a bathroom if you ever wanted to put one down here. They think that the $83 HOA is insane because you get all the amenities of Ken Caryl. So you get private walking trails, you get the pools, you get the community centers, all for $83 a month, which I will say that is a very low HOA for all you get in Ken Caryl because there is a lot to offer. You do have private trails here, they're beautiful. They're on the hogback, but that is very low HOA to have all those amenities. On the flip side, just so you know, you are in a taxing district. Not only are you in one metro district here, you have two metro districts here. So you have Ken Caryl, and then I think the other one was Hogback. Metro districts kind of act like a little city. If you want more information on a metro district, please be sure to comment metro district below and we can send it to you. But their tax rates tend to be a little higher. This one was not bad. I think she said it was 1.02, which is not too shabby for having two attached to it. So big perk in the neighborhood, according to Bianca, is the HOA and all it gives you for this one level living. If you enjoy walking through homes with Kim and I, please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And if you are considering downsizing and have no idea where to start, please comment downsizing and we'd be happy to send you the guide. Thank you again to Toll Brothers and Ben and Bianca for letting us view this beautiful home.